Well, welcome to the Daily Shift, where every day, pretty much between Monday and Friday at 12:15-ish p.m. CST, pretty much, I come to you to bring you some soul food for some soul prosperity, because there is a perfect equation that says you will prosper and be in health as your soul, which is your mind, your will, and your emotions prosper. So we're going to take a few minutes to prosper your soul, activating abundance in every area of your life with today's insight. And so this podcast is going to be very short today. I wasn't going to do one, and then it was just like, yes, you are. And let's talk about this, because there's some amazing things happening with my clients through the use of biohacking. Now, biohacking is very hot right now. What is biohacking? It is do-it-yourself biology. It is hacking your own biology to get the outcome that you want. And so I'm going to share a couple of testimonials today really quick, because it's really just 1%. I remember when I started this, my intention was to come on here 10 to 15 minutes a day. Some days it's just longer because that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. It's live, and I'm not going to try to jam it into a short amount of time, although today I will. And I remember talking to a friend, and she said, no one's going to pay attention for that, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But there are podcasts that runs for 3 and 4 hours. So it's not true that people won't listen or take action for 15 minutes. It's just really the way you are framing it. 1% of your day is 14 minutes and 40 seconds. And when I was creating these biohacking activities for my clients, the activity is actually, one of them is less than 7 minutes and the other one is less than 9. And so the first one, she had a goal, and she wanted to go on this business trip, and it's out of her country. And so she needed about an extra over $5,000 to make it happen. And she had been, everything was in pain. She was in abundance to the point where everything was being taken care of, but she needed that over because she really wanted to travel again, and she really wanted to leave her country and do all these things. And she knew that the budget for that would be around $5,000, a little bit over $5,000. So we started this biohacking treatment experience, where it took about 35 days. But before she needed it for the trip, the money started to come in. And actually, it started to kick in maybe in the last 10 days or so. Over $5,000 came into her experience. And so she's extremely happy that she's going. And then I have another client. She's a young millennial. And to me, it's like she already has the perfect body. But you know how people everybody's like that. Even if other people tell you look great, there's something you're like, I would like to change this. And one of the things that she really wanted was to bring down her, not so much her waist, but the belly button area. And no matter what she was doing, it just nothing was really working. Think of it like almost like a plateau, because she's already quite fit. She's been biohacking with me for about 30 days, and it's flattened inches. Without her changing her diet, without her changing her exercise routine. She was telling me this morning, she's like, and this is with me having cereal every day, and I know I shouldn't. And still having my junk food, and still not changing really my diet at all. She hasn't really started to do any heavy exercise or anything. She tries to walk now more often, but even that's not consistent. And even for myself, when I did the biohacking experiment in August, I was like, what do I want to do? I shrunk down 4 inches around my hips in a couple days when I was doing it. Now, the way I'm doing it is that I am incorporating a method that is really activating the 4 pillars of manifestation. You need to activate your subconscious, your conscious, your heart center, and your I am center. Those are the 4 pillars of manifestation. And then the main foundation around that is the 5th element, which is the words that you speak. And so through this method of working with them, I worked with my clients, and for my group called the Society of Sacred Alchemists, which is actually, for those of you who are interested in that, you can have this alchemy accountability bot as part of being part of the society. And so these two young ladies are part of the society, and they decided, well, no harm, no foul. I might as well do as the coach is doing, and I can get her results. And so these particular two decided to do it, and in different areas. One wanted to change her body, and the other one wanted to change her money. And within the 30, 35 days, they saw amazing shifts. But what was it? It was the consistency. And this is really where people are not receiving what they say that they want. You need three things to be successful in anything. It doesn't matter what you want. You need three things: accountability, consistency, and support. And so what the Alchemy Accountability Bots does is that it was keeping them accountable because they gamified it. They got the ping every single morning. They got the consistency because now they were doing this hack for less than 1% of their day, every single day. Sometimes they would skip it and then they would do 2 of them in one day, right? So, but they were being so consistent. And then they were getting my support. So every 10 days or so, or 10 completions, they would get a gift from me as a yes, because I'm your resident hope dealer and I want to help you to reach your goals. They were both able to reach the goals that they wanted using this 1% method. When people hear that, they're like, that seems too simple. Yes, it's simple on purpose so that it levels the playing field. That's the problem with simplicity. We're like, oh, kiss, right? Keep it simple, sweetie. But we don't do the simple things because we are still in this poverty mindset, this lack mindset that you have to hustle, it has to work hard, it has to be hard. If it's not hard, it's not worth having. But that's not true. If you would invest in yourself 1% a day, 1% is your own personal mutual fund. That 1% it will start to accumulate and start to snowball, giving you the momentum. This is why the power of consistency, a lot of that has been coming out. When I started talking about that maybe 4 weeks ago, and then like 2 weeks ago, more people started talking about consistency. It's in the air. What you want is on the other side of consistency. But if you are not being consistent, then that is why you're not receiving what you say that you want. Or you are putting up your own roadblocks through self-sabotage. Danny Johnson used to say excuses were nothing more than well-planned out lies. Because it could be a good excuse. Yes, maybe you don't have time, but that's not true either. You're just not prioritizing the time. And sometimes what happens is that we don't know really how to prioritize the time that will fit into our very busy schedules, or fit into the rhythms of our body, or fit into how we are wired for success and how we are personally wired to succeed, because we're receiving input from so many people that actually don't have that personality gift cluster. And then when we try it their way and it doesn't work because we're not wired to do that. And now we have a false sense of guilt, a false sense of shame. We feel overwhelmed and we feel all this anxiety. You don't have to live that way. I don't, and I show my people how. Which is why next week I'm having a free workshop. So #workshop if you want the link. And it's around creating easy habit loops. It doesn't sound like a sexy title, but everything is around your easy habit loops. The reason my client that focused on the money part received more than the $5,000 that she wanted was because she was consistent with her 1% every single day. The reason my other client, shrunk down her belly button area is virtually flat without doing diet, without doing exercise, was because she said yes to the 1% consistency challenge. She challenged herself. And actually, it was less than 1%. Like I said, 1% of your day is about 15 minutes. It's 14 minutes and 40 seconds. One alchemy bot is, yeah, it's like, I think that one's 8 minutes. And the other one, I know it's under 7. So for a half a percentage a day, these ladies got their outcome. They got the result that they wanted. Where will you be in 30, 35, 40 days if you would just create easy habit loops for yourself that is going to give you the consistency? Because once you get the consistency, then you get the momentum. Energy blip. If you are working outside of your abundance blueprint, it's going to be hard. It's going to feel like you're going through mud. It's going to feel like you can't make it. And so I want to invite you to say yes to you. Pay yourself with some of your time in this complimentary workshop. It's going to be an hour or less. I'm going to give you some insights on how you create easy habit loops based on how you are wired to succeed. And then we're going to workshop it together. So that way you have not only the insight and the wisdom and the understanding, but an action plan. I am a task animal. And I'm also one to be like, ooh, squirrel. So I had to learn how to create some easy habit loops in order for me to get what I want. And because of that, I'm enjoying a lot of time freedom. That is my harvest. My harvest for putting in the work of the 1% every single day is my time freedom. I get to do whatever I please every single day. And if that's juicy to you and that's what you want, or whatever it is you want, you can use this for anything, then join me. If you're, because it's mirrored, right? I think I have it already there, the link, your GPS for success.net. I will also be giving you some juicy things. Even if you can't make it for the whole thing, you'll get the replay. So go ahead and sign up for it, but you're only going to get it if you sign up for it. So go and sign up for it right now. Don't dilly-dally, don't delay. This is the answer that you have been seeking. You want a certain thing and you think it's hard. It's not hard. You just have to be consistent. And it may only take a 0.5% every single day. And if you want to shatter overwhelm, you can eliminate your anxiety. And when it tries to come up and take you over, there are things that you can do that will make it leave your body and leave your mind and leave your heart space in a few minutes. Again, this is about leveling the playing field. The simple things are not done because they're simple. And so I've created methods and systems in place that make it simple for you to follow and keeps you accountable to yourself so that you can get what you want. So if you want to get what you want in an easier manner, then I invite you, if you're watching this on YouTube, then I invite you to go to my site. I'm most active on Facebook, so you can connect, you can follow me over there. I also have through Facebook, a women's group called Wired for Success to help you to do more of these things over there. So if you are a businesswoman, entrepreneur, or just have the entrepreneur spirit, then come along and join other women who are just like you. Right now, you've spent 1 minute, 1% of your day with me. And I hope that you take this offer because this is the answer that you've been seeking. I know it is. I know what I bring to the table. And everyone that I work with always ends up having amazing results because of the simplicity of it. It has to fit into your busy life or you're not going to do it. You can't be consistent. You can't catch momentum and it's going to take longer. Let's shrink the time together. I love you very much. Until next time, which will be very, very soon. May God's riches and best be yours. Have a great rest of your day. Bye now.